Hey, Will.
Hey, Tyler.
I'm so ready for today.
Yeah, we're not at all underprepared.
Nope. Just mic works on my computer, my new computer that I have.
Your new computer that definitely works.
Well, my computer definitely works.
Yes.
It just, I don't know, it doesn't like the microphone.
That's fun.
Hello, world, and welcome
everybody.
back.
Yeah.
To Viewer Regression Advised, the most stable technical issue working podcast
Yep.
on the planet.
Yep, we are more consistent than Joe Rogan. I don't even know what that is. That's just a bunch of words that I just threw together.
People just say that all the time. It's a phrase.
Just Rogan, you know? We're the best podcast, so.
Yeah. And today, these two idiots who know nothing and talk about everything, they're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect.
Yes, the effect of when you go through puberty as a man, and
they start calling you Della.
Della, yeah.
No, Will, that isn't it. That is incorrect.
Oh.
But you might not be wrong. The universe is.
I was always curious why I was getting wrong answers on tests.
See, this is exactly how I came to this, because, Will, I've never been wrong.
Obviously not. No.
Have you ever been wrong?
Let me do a quick recap. No, I've never been wrong.
And so, but people keep telling us, like, that's not true. Like, I've heard that, like, people send in, like, an email, or they tell me in person they were listening to the podcast.
A couple of our loyal listeners have emailed us from time to time.
Yeah, and saying, like, hey, you missed this.
Or like, hey, this isn't actually the way this is.
Yeah, it's a little bit more nuanced than that. I just couldn't believe it.
To us, you're just speaking nonsense.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So, I was like, literally everybody else has to be wrong.
It's the only explanation.
And that made me think, maybe starting this podcast put us into an alternate reality where our memories of all of these things that we're talking about isn't quite the truth in this reality that we've been flung into by creating this podcast.
Oh, so what you're saying is, canonically, we are from a different universe.
Yes, where we are always right.
It makes so much sense now.
I know, we're in a different universe, Will.
You know what? This explains so much.
And so, with respecting the new universe that we're in, I decided to take some time and look up to see if the Mandela Effect means the same thing here.
Okay.
Good news.
Yeah.
It does.
Good. And the internet works the same way it did back then?
Internet still works the same way. This is the first time I've ever looked anything up. Ever? Because I just know.
Right, because we know everything.
Yeah.
But honestly, at this point, we got to make sure. So this is just checks and balances.
I think this calls for a little bit of a change in what we're doing here. We don't want to. I mean, we're obviously visitors here.
Right. As I guess this would mean we're tourists in this alternate universe.
Yes. So there's a lot to learn, Will.
I mean, I've already learned everything, but I guess.
Well, that was for a different universe.
You know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to learn more from this universe.
Well, let's. Well, I'm glad you feel that way, Will. Now let's get started with the Mandela Effect. Will, what do you already know about the Mandela Effect?
Well, I already said it. It's when guys go through puberty.
Okay, wait. Well, I knew something else from the old universe.
Okay, and that has to do with men's puberty and the process with which. No. Then I'm lost.
Okay, you don't want a second guess?
Something to do with time travel.
No, it has to do with, like, the whole premise that I've been setting up, how, like, we're from a different Okay, so the Mandela Effect
Was that not
is
okay?
No, the Mandela Effect is
the
idea that, like, you look back in your memory and you think, yes, I remember it this way. This is fact.
Okay.
And then it turns out that's not true.
So
you then posit that I must have been
right.
from another universe because I remember this clearly. So how could I be wrong when the universe could be wrong?
Okay. So this is that thing that went around a while ago, the Berenstein bears versus the Berenstain bears.
Yes, exactly that. Which I never knew how to spell it anyway, so that didn't really affect me.
Yeah, no, I saw the two spellings and I went, well, they look virtually identical.
Yeah, no, they're both wrong to me. I don't,
yeah.
I wouldn't spell it either of those ways.
Yeah, I'd go so far to say I wouldn't even attempt to spell it.
No.
No, it's too many letters.
Another common one is the Darth Vader quote.
Oh, Luke, I'm your father, as opposed to no, I am your father.
Right. Are you from the No, I Am Your Father universe? Are you from that universe?
I mean, I never understood why people said, Luke, I am your father, because clearly in the movie, it's no, I am your father. Because he's talking about, Obi-Wan said, you killed my father. No, I am your father. Like, you're misquoting it, man.
Well...
So I guess, yes, I am from the universe.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, because, there's another movie from another universe where he does say, Luke, I am your father. And that's about what 50% of the people of this current
universe
timeline.
Should we have a name for this universe?
What? Okay.
Like a...
Okay, well. Yeah, okay. Name this universe. Well, obviously... we would go with something, the one that we were from.
Was probably...
like Universe A.
Universe A.
Universe, the one that's like...
the right
then why would we leave?
I don't think we have a choice. Do we have a choice? Is the Mandela Effect... does it choose which universe you stay in?
Okay, hold on. So... well... no, it's usually something, like, passive. Like, it just kind of... right?
So it just changes. So it's quite possible that it just changed on us, and we didn't choose to be in Universe B, or the Betaverse, as opposed to the Alphaverse that we came from.
Okay. And now we're sitting around learning these incorrect things.
From the Betaverse.
Okay. This all checks out.
I'm doing the math on my handy-dandy watch calculator, and it's adding up.
This is early. Oh, yeah, I turned to look at the clock, like the timer.
Oh.
And it's on the other side of the room. But this is early. But Will.
Yes?
Would you like to play a game?
I would love to play a game.
It's called Which Universe is Will From?
Yay!
Whoa!
I did really well in the last game.
Yes.
So I'm feeling optimistic going into this game.
There was only one question in the last game, and you almost got it wrong, so I consider that. But almost
is still a win.
Means you did get it right.
Yes. However lucky that may be.
So let's look into a couple of these quick little Mandela Effect questions. All right. There is one very popular peanut butter brand, and its name is not GIF. Okay. Has there ever been a Jif brand known as Jiffy? Have they ever marketed this as Jiffy?
See, I'm thinking... I feel like I can picture a Jiffy thing, but then again... well, this is hard. But I don't know if that's just like somebody was like, no, it's not Jif, it's Jiffy. Keep thinking Jiffy Lube.
Like, no, it's not that.
Tire thing.
Yeah.
Final answer, I'm going to go Yes, Jiffy does exist.
Ooh, this universe says no. That's incorrect. Can we hit the soundboard?
Throw a sound in there.
I'm sorry. No, Jif.
Okay.
Jif has never been known as Jiffy.
So it was never. Always been Jif.
But it's always been Jif. There was a different brand of peanut butter known as Skippy.
Skippy. I may have confused the two, or
Quite possibly.
I'm from a different universe.
Or you're probably just from a different universe. Like
Right.
the universe that spells Looney Tunes which way? How do you spell tunes in Looney Tunes?
Toones.
Ooh, Will, you are still from another. See. Look, this is proving my theory. I think we are from Universe A because Jiffy exists over there. Tunes is spelled Toons. No, it's Tunes.
What? Like, hold on. Tunes like
Looney Tunes, like music, like Tunes. That is the universe that we live in, brother.
Are you kidding me? It's not spelled like cartoons.
No, well,
It's spelled like
in this flipped see, you're gonna get all these questions wrong. I'm telling you, because we're not from this universe. We started a podcast and now we're somewhere else. Like I can't believe it's
that was the trigger, I guess. You went, maybe we should start recording a podcast, and then the universe went, you're somewhere else. Who said we don't want you?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make any... Why would you say tunes like music? There's no music in Looney Tunes.
Will, I don't know. And it's only gonna get worse.
Oh, gosh.
How do you spell Febreze?
I've never even tried.
Okay, but like, you look at the bottle, and you're spraying your dirty socks down.
Alright, let me get a mental picture here.
It's spelled with a Z.
Yes.
Right? And I can help you out because I know where the universe is wrong here. So it's Febr.
Eeze.
That is incorrect. Will.
Hold on.
Will, I'm telling you, we aren't from here because it's spelled with one E, and that makes no sense. How do you spell it for Brez?
Hold on. There's one E?
There's one E!
I want you to know, I want everybody out there to understand, I closed my eyes, and I pictured the bottle, like... And I was like, I know it's going to be spelled funky. Maybe it's going to be like E-A-Z or like E-I-Z or something like that. And I was like, I'm just going to... The thing that first comes in, like, that I think of, that I see. And I saw it with two E's.
I'm looking through this list, Will. We just, like, I don't know how long...
I have to get one right. No.
We have to keep going until you get one
more.
Right.
Give me one more.
Okay, Oscar Mayer.
The Wieners?
The Wieners.
Okay.
How do you spell Meyer?
Oh, God. This is just a spelling game. M-E-Y-E-R. Final answer.
That is incorrect, Will. It's M-A-Y-E-R.
Okay, that time I was...
You're not from here, dude.
I was... Okay, hold on. I was like, all right, I think it's A, but I'm going to guess the other universe and say E. Actually, I didn't think it was A. I actually thought it was E, but I was like, I think I'm going to get this one.
Okay. The next two are also spelling.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Skechers. Stop. Let's live in the universe where that didn't happen. Skechers.
Yeah.
Is it spelled with or without a T?
Okay. So my inkling is to say There is not a T. I think there's no T.
William, welcome back to the universe.
Oh my gosh, yes!
You've made it. And finally gotten one correct.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Like, does this not prove that, like, I mean, obviously Febreze is spelled with 2 E's.
Yeah.
And Toons is spelled O-O-N-S. Like, where, but this universe is wrong, dude. And
that doesn't, that's so weird. That's so weird.
Well, so, it is. I have terrible memory. Like, just...
Yeah.
On things that I'm not, like, actively trying to learn.
Right.
Just like, oh yeah, who drove to trivia last week? Something like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm often defaulting to what other people tell me happened in the past anyway. So I'm very comfortable with this new reality.
Okay.
Where like, all of my memories are wrong.
You've just lived here for so long, it's not even a change.
I mean, it's like, you know, I all lived here in the world of
not knowing.
Yeah, not actually knowing what happened in the back. Yeah, no, I'm comfortable in this. But it's just gonna get weird when, like, it starts leaking into my childhood, like my personal life, and it's just like, oh no, that didn't happen. You never had a sister.
You never had a sister.
That's gonna
that would mess me up.
That I would go back to the other universe. I wouldn't. That's where we'd have to stop the podcast.
We'd have to quit the podcast. Yeah, things are just gonna keep changing until we stop. The universe is trying to tell us something, man.
But
okay, I am curious. So, the Mandela Effect. You having done research in this new betaverse that we're in.
The whole, like, first page of Google, actually.
Wow. That's a lot of research. You didn't go to the second tab, obviously. The second page.
Oh, God, no.
No, you never would.
What's even on the second page?
I think it's that dinosaur game.
It might be the answers from our universe.
But obviously we'll never know because we'll never go there.
No, what you were saying though.
So, yeah. So it's called the Mandela Effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my mind is drawn to Nelson Mandela. Is there a relation?
Wait. Who's that?
Who's Nelson Mandela? Tyler. I don't even think this isn't even
He's
new.
A quarterback.
No. No. Don't say anymore. You're going to start offending people. He is a very active civil rights activist in South Africa, excuse me.
Oh, wait, that dude.
Yeah, he was a big deal with apartheid.
Yeah.
They put him in prison.
No, nothing to do with that guy. It's more to do with just false memories.
Tyler, I'm going to reach into my back pocket and say, I've just tested you.
Am I from a different universe?
No.
Is it about him?
Yeah.
That's where he gets his name. No way.
I thought you would have picked that up on the first page.
I didn't know. So wait. What happened to Nelson Mandela?
Okay.
The effect is named after him that I didn't know because I'm from the wrong...
You're from the Gamma universe? I don't know. Gammaverse. So,
no.
So this was a test to see if you were from the universe that I was from, in which the Mandela Effect gets its name.
It's about man becoming a man.
Going through puberty. No, the Mandela Effect, the idea, the theory, at least the popularized theory, started in like 2014 or 2015 or something like that, when Nelson Mandela was announced to have been let out of prison. He was released from prison And everybody collectively on the internet went, wait, didn't he die 2 years ago? And
okay.
Because there was,
I remember
everybody seems to remember these headlines saying, Nelson Mandela dies, of whatever at like age 80 or whatever. And in reality, he didn't die. And
okay. I do have something to say about that, because like I have a memory of experiencing this Mandela effect with that case, and everyone went, yeah, didn't he die? And I thought that too.
Yeah.
I had that feeling. I clearly didn't even know who he was. So how on earth did I have a memory of when he died?
I don't know.
And I think that might be like the key part of what creates this effect, is that it's a form of false memory.
Okay.
Is what the Mandela effect really is. Uh-huh. But it's this like shared psychosis version of false memory, which is weird because typically you get false memory from just like, I don't know, being wrong, or like maybe you get hypnotized and then like someone like suggests it to you, and like if you're
subliminally or something like that.
Or maybe over time, you get subliminal messages. But like how a near worldwide effect of like 50% of people would like think like, yeah, wait a minute, didn't this happen this way? To something that like most of them probably never even heard of before, but they just now all of a sudden remember.
Just instinctually, it's like in a gut feeling of like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard he died. That is weird.
And that one's different from the other two big ones, where it's like Berenstain and Luke. Because people say, Luke, I am your father. That's just like somebody got it wrong, and that's the one that people quote. And that one makes sense. Mm-hmm. Berenstain, that's just hard to spell. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a real German word, I think, or something, so yeah.
But the Mandela effect is a weird one.
It's okay. So there is an argument to be made that is, a lot of people, if you asked a lot of people, do you think George H.W. Bush, the first Bush president, do you think did he die or is he still alive? I bet we'd get at least 25% of people saying, yeah, I think he died. I'm pretty sure he died, didn't he?
I like the first Bush?
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
See?
No, Will. You think he's alive?
No. He definitely. No, I remember now that he died. Yes.
He's just for today.
No. He's definitely.
Let's check.
And it was really tragic because his wife died like a week later or a week before. I don't remember.
November 30th, 2018.
Thank you, Yasmina. He died November 30th, 2018. So I picked a name out of the air.
All right, let's try again.
Yeah.
And go.
Yeah. So assuming you pick someone's name,
like O.J. Simpson,
and be like, did he die? Or did he commit murder or did he not? And like 25% of people would be like, yeah, I don't think he did it. And
they would be wrong. Just like that judge.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is people who don't have answers are just going to instinctually give an answer if they're prompted, regardless of if they have any knowledge on the subject. And in those cases, like, whether someone is dead or alive, you got a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Well, yeah, they're kind of Schrodinger up in there.
Yeah. He's like, I think he's dead. Right?
And you're like looking at the casket like, Well, this is a closed casket, so like...
Is he dead?
So Schrodinger's cat could be alive or dead, but...
Let's just open and make sure.
we gotta quit splitting universes.
Gosh.
I just remembered... Okay. So there's a fun thing...
Uh-huh.
Not... called a universe splitter.
That makes me afraid. What is that?
It is... There's an app. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get the app while I explain it.
It's a universe... The app is... Okay, that's less scary.
The app is a universe splitter. And it... So, it's a real life equivalent to Schrodinger's cat, where you can't tell which way some subatomic particle is going to spin until you observe it. I think it has something to do with electrons. This is a real life thing that, like, observing the subatomic particle changes the outcome.
Right. I know what you're talking about. I think it's... I want to say it's an electron, but, like... yeah, I've heard of that. Like, it...
But what happens is... You don't know, there's no way of telling which way it's spinning or going to go, and then you observe it, and now it's either this or that.
Yeah.
And so...
And nobody knows why, is that correct? Because just like us just looking at it changes it, and we don't know why.
Yes, I believe so.
Because we could do the math behind it, and we figure out that it's random, but it's not when we're looking at it.
Right.
Or something like that.
And we might be... I honestly think we're conflating two phenomena here.
Uh-huh.
But what I do know is that they're both real, and this universe splitter sends a message to a lab.
Okay.
Somewhere in, like... With high-tech stuff.
Okay.
and they make these observations every time you click on it, and it feeds back either left or right.
Okay.
And so the way that... Gosh dang it, I need to add a card.
Oh, you need to buy it?
Yeah, I was going to buy it.
Oh, man. Oh, well. We're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll make a life-changing decision afterwards.
Good.
Because the way that it's supposed to work is that you make a decision to choose a splitting path.
Uh-huh.
Based on the answer of that, like, essentially a coin flip.
Okay.
And by doing so, you've created two universes. Because now suddenly there's another universe where it does flip and go the other way.
Uh-huh.
And you've made a different choice.
So you assign a choice to this particle, and then it picks right or left, and that picks your outcome to the question or like the decision or whatever.
Right, but the physics behind it, I think it's like it breaks it down to like it should like it. A smarter person can explain that it butterfly affects.
Okay.
The universe, which means like a butterfly flaps its wings in South Africa, and a hurricane starts in Louisiana 3 months later. Like, that's the idea behind this universe splitting out app, and the particle when picking which way it goes.
Okay.
Which leans further into starting a podcast. Obviously, it brings us into new universe.
Oh. Okay. So you're saying that us doing this switched a few particles left or right?
Absolutely. Because a human psyche has physical effect on the subatomic particles around us, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there are electrical impulses in our brain.
There's actually, like, crazy stuff that I think we could talk about, where it's like people willing things into existence, like not like picking up tables with your mind or like summoning physical objects, but just like the real power of positivity. You know what I mean?
Like, I think, didn't Mythbusters do that with, like, plants? They were, like, had one plant that they were just, like, really nice to, one plant they were really mean to.
Yes. Yep. And then the worst plant was the one they didn't give any
attention to at all.
Yeah. Which is wild.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But that's even that, I'm like, okay, well, I would first accept that, like, plants somehow, like, can feel and understand that before I'd say that, like, you could just positively impact something by thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah. Would it be less crazy for plants to like understand that they're being
mean to someone's being mean to them,
yelling at them? Because it's the same amount of water and everything.
Yeah.
To all the plants, it was just attitude. Which is...
And, like... That is so weird that, like, them just being left alone or, like, neglected was the worst outcome. Because if that's the case, you'd think that a plant of, like, some kind would... Like, if it was conscious or at least aware enough to be like, this is mean, this is good, this is bad... It would be aware enough to go, it's not being, nothing bad is happening to me. I'm okay.
Well, okay. Two things. One, there was actually another experiment, and I don't know if it was Mythbusters as well, but it was just like a wet bowl of rice or something. And, so there was like no further input other than just leaving it in the same conditions, and the nice, bad, and neglected showed the same results, but for like the neglected one got like more moldy and like gross and yeah, that one's weird.
That is weird. Okay, so
but I think like as a human, neglect is worse than bad treatment on like how someone's gonna pan out.
I think it entirely could.
Yeah.
Because if you get, treated poorly, there should come a time in your life at some point where you realize I was treated poorly and I know not to do that anymore. But neglect, at that point, it's like almost emptiness. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
Which I think as humans we crave some kind of impulse, And, to be treated poorly is not good. It's very disruptive and destructive to, like, someone's psyche, physical health, mental health. But, like, neglect just makes you, like, it's quieter, but it can have some pretty nasty long-term effects. Although, this kind of lends to a theory that I have.
Okay.
That humans... are very spiritual beings. And let me explain what that means, at least in my head.
Okay.
Because that might not be the best way to say it. But I believe that humans, obviously we have a physical form. We have, like, a mental form. Yep.
Yep, you're there.
I am there. So are you.
Okay.
But I think there's like, a constant wavelength underneath the physical world of another, like, dimension that we are sometimes unwittingly a part of. This can be a lot between, like, this could be things that have effects in, like, how our mood is, like, how, like, something that, like, hits us weird during the day. For instance, like, you're just having your day, your normal day at work, whatever, and you just get hit with something and you're just like, I feel bummed out now. Or, like, I'm mad and I don't know why. Like,
I want to hear more about that, but I want to add this in before I forget about it. I was, casually hanging out the other night, questioning my existence.
Sure, like you do.
And then what really messed me up was I went, I'm going to likely have a child one day. There is something that does not exist right now that will grow from 2 cells.
Uh-huh.
One of which is one of my cells. That will then become conscious and question its own reality. Likely. Like, my parents did that. My parents made something
Somehow.
that then began to think, and eventually it went, how am I why am I thinking?
Yeah. What is my purpose here? What is here? What is a purpose?
I did not exist at a lot of the points of forever.
Yeah.
But like
most of them, I would say.
Yeah, most points of forever. I'm not there.
Yeah.
Like, you have enough hydrogen and oxygen and carbon, and eventually it'll wonder why it's there.
See, okay, that's interesting. I think I would venture to say that this lends itself to my theory very nicely.
I know, because I was going to finish that with, so is the question, is consciousness there too? And then it just kind of like
enters a
hits a wall of carbon and then goes,
oh, I'm in this now.
I got a big brain. It's very smooth.
It's very smooth, but I can make more. That's kind of like, I mean, so me being like believing in God and stuff, I think a lot of that has to do with God, ordaining that kind of thing, like operating that way through it. Like, okay, this thing's going to be born, I'm going to put this into it and like allow it to think this, whatever this is that we are, the essence of us outside of our bodies and minds. And
I'm with you.
And I think just because if that's really who we are outside of our bodies and minds, this essence, spiritual essence of us, then we can affect things, their spiritual essences, maybe not very much, because again, we're not very in tune with that. We're very physical creatures. But like, we do have that power. Like, you think of like, we have that power over our own bodies. Like, we can physically, focusing on our bodies, we can physically raise and lower the temperature of our body. Depending on our mood, our bodies react differently. Mm-hmm. If we do get neglected, like, there are many cases of people who are neglected in life and they just die. Like, there's no reason. They're healthy, like normal functioning bodies. Their heart just stops beating.
What? So I can understand that, like, these hormones and other such things go around in this weird water balloon of hormones that is the rest of our body, and make our body do things like sweat or like shake or get angry or maybe speed up digestion or speed up your heart rate.
Yeah,
based on signals that the brain goes, okay, this input was received. Start making the happy one. Serotonin. This dude just gambled a whole lot of money and won. Let's get him addicted. Let's go. And
woo! It's about the rush.
So like, what? But what happens that makes the brain decide to do that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of those impulses don't have, like, for instance, a big one that, I mean, obviously there are medical, like, causes for things like depression and, like, anxiety. Those things are, like, real medical things. But in a lot of cases, or in some cases, there's really no cause for it, at least physically. Like, people are healthy, people are happy, maybe not happy. People are, they eat well, they sleep, they, drink water. Their needs are met physically, and something just affects them. And there's really no real, like, physical reason for it. And my theory is that a lot of that is spiritual, is like something is affecting you that you can't physically perceive that is causing your essence, your spiritual essence, to be lessened or put down in some kind of way. If that makes any kind of sense.
It's processing.
You get the ...
Yeah.
The loading wheel.
Oh my gosh. No, because I wanted I wanted to just hear all that and go, so then what do you feel about psychedelics? But that's a rabbit hole.
Woo! I think that's its own podcast.
Yeah.
I gotta. Yeah.
Not that like we would really know, Wayne.
I mean, yeah, and I have no idea. Obviously.
But that's everything. That's everything about the mental.
We got a little treasure trails. We got a little rabbit trail.
Oh my god.
Rabbit trail. I meant to say rabbit trail.
Rabbit trail still doesn't make sense.
Rabbit trail is like you'd go off taking a
rabbit hole.
No, like a rabbit trail. You've never heard that?
What? I've
like,
never seen a rabbit trail.
Well, it's like a little path. Like if you're like hiking or something and you get like distracted and you end up just following this other path, and then you're like, oh, that was a rabbit trail. I'm now not on the main path.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know anything.
And now neither do you.
Yeah, no, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on being born in the Betaverse.
Yeah.
We were born in the Alphaverse.
Stupid. I bet you spell Febreze with one E.
Losers!
Do we want to plug anything and just wrap
I mean,
up?
we got our Instagram, we got our Twitter, VRA Pod, Regression Advised at Gmail.
Check the description of wherever you are. There's a little link tree. You can find us.
Yep.
Literally everywhere.
Oh, we'd like to have a quick shout out to a listener named Maya who sent us a picture of a cat after we requested it. Thank you so much.
She's rich now. She has 8 points.
She has 8 points, all of her own. Everyone who did not send us a picture of a cat that listens, you get minus 8 points.
That's true.
As a punishment. The next request we will have is send us a picture of Nelson Mandela, because
Alive or dead. Wanted.
Either one, because we want to make sure that he looks the same in this universe as the universe we came from. Not that Tyler would know.
It doesn't exist.
Well,
well, bye.
thanks for listening, everybody.